Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking my place.
Hey, welcome to the Quarter Report, brought to you by the Red Knight Special, and this is Word on the Net. I'm your boy, Town Biz, and thank you for tuning in. Your first time to the channel, please hit that like, subscribe button. Let's run this content up. Anyway, check this out, man. So, you hear people say racism not here, ain't no more racism, this and this and that, right? And I'm not racist at all. But I will say racism is stronger than ever, right? We have a woman, a Caucasian, a white woman, right? And I'm not racist, so start there first. But we do have a white woman called a 5-year-old black kid the N-word, the N-I-W-G-A word, right? And she has almost made $1 million for calling a 5-year-old kid an N-word. People have donated to her cause for freedom of speech for a 5-year-old black kid because the black kid allegedly took her kid's toy, so she felt it was appropriate for a grown woman to call a 5-year-old child the N-word, right? Now, we finna get off to this content. It's by Indisputable. Y'all go check out their content, man. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button, man. Let's run this content up. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk about it. You did? Because this is crazy.
Remember the story that we covered about the white woman who got a bunch of money for calling a child, well, racist, derogatory terms? Well, that person has now been charged. All right. So we're going to take you back to that, give you the update. Here it is.
You call him the child? Call the child. It is my own business. You call him. Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again? Say.
You'll go digging through people's
Somebody digging to you.
A little just dig, you dumbass.
That little kid, you call him the little child?
What, he acts like one is gonna
Are you about to hit him? You chase him here?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's
like.
what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
You know, that's a hate speech.
Now, before I let my man speak, I want to say this, right? I consider this to be insane right here. This is crazy because we all know viewing this right now, right? This got me hot, man. I'm gritting teeth and everything, man. Let me try to maintain my composure, right? But what I want to say is this, right? We all know if the roles was reversed and that was a black lady calling a white kid anything of that cracker, home, anything racist, any of them words, right? Any of them words. Police would have been there and she would have got arrested. There's no way a GoFundMe should even want to go fund her situation because she put herself in that situation by even going there. But that just goes to show you that racism is stronger than ever in our town, right? Now, I'm gonna be the first to say I never personally experienced racism, like no racist cop, no none of that. I gotta be honest with you. But that's not to say they haven't happened to me behind closed doors, something I just wasn't paying attention to. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get back to this content. This is crazy. I'm still trying to understand the minds of the people sending the money. Like, she started a GoFundMe page because people were getting on her about calling a little 5-year-old kid the N-I-W-G-A, and y'all fund her money for it. So that everybody that sent her money, you might as well know off the back she racist. It ain't got nothing to do with freedom of speech, because freedom of speech is when you talking to an individual and you got, but not a kid. Freedom of speech, you can talk any way you want to talk, right? But this is the thing, though. When it's directed towards a little kid, you're supposed to have a little bit more, restraint, and you're the adult. Don't act like a kid. Don't act your shoe size. Don't act the age of your shoe, the size of your shoe, should I say. You feel me? Anyway, let's get back to the content.
Put her up full mass. She wanted all of this, okay? According to many, she got famous and enriched because she had the audacity to call a child the N-word. As somebody called her out for it, and all of a sudden she became a champion of free speech. A champion of free speech. We have a major update. The deemed racist playground Karen, who fundraised a whopping $800,000 after calling a child the N-word has now been charged. Minnesota prosecutors filed misdemeanor disorderly conduct charges Tuesday against the woman accused of using racial slurs against a black child at a playground. An incident the woman has since used to raise more than $800,000 after she appealed for help with relocating. Quote, defendant.
Now, that's crazy because I try not to get my emotions wrapped up in these situations. You feel me? And I really shouldn't. But the thing that kills me is that you see, these are kind of people that start stuff. You see what she did right now. If the police would have pulled up, she would have ran to the police officer and been like, I don't know what's going on with these black people. They're acting so crazy and dramatic and this. And just because we're naturally loud as black people, we're automatically going to be seen as the aggressor. You dig what I'm saying? These are kind of people who get away with these kind of crimes where you ain't did nothing wrong but defending yourself. But when the police come, since you are a little louder than everybody else, or you're the aggressor, you're going down. You dig? These are people we don't need in our society, man, because these are the type of people right here that's going to kick off racial wars. You call a little 5-year-old, you should look yourself in the mirror. And a 5-year-old child, a baby, man. A 5-year-old baby, you know what? That's what kids do at 5 years old. They take and they play with each other and they take and run and all that stuff. That's what they do. Wow, this is crazy, man. And y'all rewarding her, giving her almost $1 million. Y'all rewarding this lady for calling this little poor little child NIGGA. ER. Come on, man. We got to do better out here, man.
Wrongfully and unlawfully engaged in offensive, obscene, abusive, boisterous, or noisy conduct, or in offensive, obscene, or abusive language that would reasonably tend to arouse alarm, anger, or resentment in others, the criminal complaint alleges. Put her picture back up. This law is rarely used, but often mentioned on Indisputable. When I talk about words that incite response or reaction, this is what I'm referring to. It is a misdemeanor. It is a misdemeanor to engage in such conduct and expect that conduct to be protected by your freedom of speech. It is not. You are inciting a riot or inciting riotous response.
And that's crazy because, say for instance, because she was chasing that kid, right? And if homeboy would just had the camera on her, and luckily he intervened with her so she didn't get a chance to touch that kid. But what if she did touch that kid and he had that camera on and she hit that kid and said, you little ninja? And she said that to him. That would be a hate crime. Now, no misdemeanor. You assaulted somebody and you use a racist term, so it's turned into a hate crime. But now it's a misdemeanor because she just like, come on, we got to do better out here, man. This is not fair to nobody. This is not fair to this kid. And then, you know what? Let's get back to the content.
This is a watered down version of that very common law found in many jurisdictions around the country. That she is now charged with unlawfully engaging in offensive, obscene, abusive, boisterous, and offensive conduct by way of what she was saying. Here's another dynamic. If you do it in the state of Georgia, utilizing profanity in front of a minor or utilizing profanity at a minor is a chargeable offense in the state of Georgia and many other states in the South. This state doesn't quite have that law, but they have one that's akin to it. And that's utilizing your language in order to create disturbance in this way. So the woman was charged by summons. Okay, she was charged by summons with 3 counts of disorderly conduct. Each count carries a maximum penalty of 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine, though actual sentences in Minnesota tend to be much lighter. Her arraignment is going to be on October 29th. We will bring you the update. She has now received over $800,000 in donations. Her goal is set at $1 million, okay? So she's going to pay at maximum $3,000 in order to have $1 million.
So pretty much what they saying, and I'm not telling y'all to go and do this, no one, but you know, pretty much what we finna see is this, right? And I do apologize for my words because I'm a little upset right now. But what we about to see is an increase of Caucasian women calling young kids out their name and starting GoFundMe pages so they can get some money. I promise this is what we finna see. Because she did it and it's successful, almost pulled $1 million. You got people who done lost family members and got people trying to hunt down their family asking for the money to move, and they can barely raise $5K. She caught a little black-year-old kid, NIWGA, in the world, then almost gave her $1 million for that. Let a black woman come up, get on there and call a white kid something like that and watch what happened to her. She wouldn't have to worry about none of this. She would have been up in the jailhouse somewhere getting charged with a felony. Come on, man. We got to do better as people out here, man. It's sad.
Okay. Shiloh says she has received every dime from the fundraiser. Miss Shiloh got all the money. Shiloh Hendricks claims all of the money from the fundraiser. Here it is.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shiloh Hendricks. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying. I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video. I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me and have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming.
In the 1960s, we had heroes like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Ralph David Abernathy, Reverend Joseph Lowry, and others who spoke up when their speech would actually cause them to die. People were killing Black folk for speaking up for righteous causes, like good things, advocating for unity, for love, tolerance, the respect of one's rights. 2025. Heroes in America are people like Shiloh Hendricks, who called a 5-year-old the N-word. She now has something called supporters because she got caught calling a 5-year-old the N-word. Do you think it's the first time she's done something like this?
Nope.
She's a hero. She has supporters. Those supporters.
She feel like that. Anybody who have the heart or even have the courage to come out their mouth and look at a 5-year-old kid. When kids at parks, kids fight. Kids play rough. They push each other down. They grab each other towards and run. They 5 years old, folks. That's what kids do. But for you to hold this stain in your heart to call this little black 5-year-old kid a NIWGA-ER, whatever y'all want to do, call it whatever, man. Ninja. Let's just say it like that. You want to call a 5-year-old kid a ninja and get support across the world, get support from all these people because they claiming freedom of speech for a 5-year-old kid. Now, y'all would say, I'm saying something hateful if I was to say everybody who donated money to her, I hope your kids get hit by a car. Y'all would say, oh, that's racist, that's wrong. Ain't nobody gonna donate to it. And I'm not wishing that on nobody kid. I'm just speaking, hypothetically speaking. Now, if I was to say that, I would have everybody on YouTube trying to shut me down. YouTube probably would even close my channel where I couldn't even get on here. But yet and still we have this white woman. I told you, if you pay attention, you can say the N-word on here all day long and you don't get no problem. But let you say something else, another word that they don't like. You see, people gotta say unalive. You gotta say unalive instead of saying the regular word. Now, if you're trying to get monetized, right? But you can say the N word all day long. That result back to slavery, result back to all kind of stuff. You did anyway, man. I'm gonna leave this here, because these are kind of situations right here. The more you think about it, and you just imagine your child being in the park playing, and some Caucasian woman walk up, and the two kids playing. She look and call your kid the N word. You still got to be the bigger person, and don't let it get up under your skin. But make sure you do. That's why recording things is important now, because they hold people accountable. So when people get to talk about, all people do now is grab their cell phones and record, yeah, so it'll hold you accountable. You dig what I'm saying? Don't get mad about them holding record, because if you're doing what's righteous, you don't care about what's being recorded. You dig what I'm saying? And look what happened for her. See, y'all be talking about recording stuff, trying to make things look bad. Recording it, I got her almost $1 million. So anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is the Quarter Report, brought to you by the Red Night Special. I'm your boy, Town Biz. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. Drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this. Do you believe freedom of speech applies to a 5-year-old kid, or you think she was wrong for that? Let me know what you think in the comment section. All right, thank you.
Why would I throw in the towel? I just got in my bag. I don't make no mistakes. I'm coming for mine, and there ain't no one taking